All right, y'all, I kind of messed up. So we going to rewind this real quick. Reverse. What's going on, family? It's Shaq, and we back with no secrecy agreements. My apologize to the end of that video. My wife came in. I was trying to pause it and then come back to y'all, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to work. All right, so what we're going to get in today is the myths surrounding entrepreneurship. Now, I've been an entrepreneur since 2018. And if we want to go back towards like when I was a kid, maybe I want to say 2015, where I was cutting heads and doing tutoring. But I never got paid. It was just I was doing something for my friends, and it would allow for me to leverage my friendships and give us an opportunity to bond. Now, once I got to college, I utilized my cutting skills and my tutoring to make some money on the side. But what I really wanted to get into is the myths surrounding what it means to be an entrepreneur and how entrepreneurship has become a fad, and no one's really been able to give you an exact understanding and breakdown of what entrepreneurship should be and how you and yourself can get into it in different avenues. So for me, I'm speaking for myself. I believe entrepreneurship was I have a business, I run my business, I have no boss. I make my hours and make my own time. What entrepreneurship actually is, my boss is my customers. My time is based on my availability for them to actually produce the product. 3, I only make money when everyone else get paid. So for instance, if I have workers, I have contractors, I have all these different people that I'm working with, they have to get paid, and then I need to have to attempt for profit and overhead for my business. So if I make 10 bands, right, for my business, and I have staff, I have overhead, my profit may be only $3,000 a month, which is 30%. Most businesses, no matter how big or small, are running off of 20% margins max. Now, when you have businesses such as e-learning businesses, they're very different in the sense that their margins can be all the way up to 80% because they make a product and then they basically sell the product again and again and again, only spending on marketing, which makes the margins for e-learning businesses very high and very lucrative. However, you cannot sell it. There's very few people that can sell an e-learning business, and I can get to that a whole nother video or later on in this video. But first and foremost, I had to understand that you do have a boss when it comes to entrepreneurship, and that is your customers. And your customers are the people that tell you when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to be active. You don't eat unless they get fed. And what I mean by that, they get what they want. So the thought of you're not going to have a boss, your boss is even customers. And customers are way more fickle than your boss that sits in that desk, right? And then once you understand that, it actually gives you a better leverage and a lever to know how to work with human beings and have human psychology and understand how humans actually think. Now, 2, the second and most, I think, important understanding of it is you don't have free time. The fallacy of believing you have free time as an entrepreneur is, I think, one of the biggest lies that's ever told. So for instance, the question always is, would you rather be someone who works a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, make $150,000 a year? After taxes is more like $115,000, $120,000. So we can say $10,000 a month. Or be an entrepreneur and you make $250,000 a year. Your business does. And I want you to take heed to that. Your business makes $250,000. And you have an S Corp, so you have to pay yourself through your business. And let's say you pay yourself, you got overhead, you make about $75,000 a month. You're telling me the person that works 40 hours a week versus the person that is probably working 70 to 80 hours a week, you would rather be the person that works 80 hours a week than the person that works 40 and get weekends off. There's no days off in entrepreneurship. There's no, I'm tired, I don't feel good, I'm sick. When customers are saying we need our stuff, you better give them their stuff, period. So this false belief that you guys have, you're going to come into entrepreneurship and be able to choose your hours and you can live whatever you want to live and you're just working off your laptop and you don't have to do anything. It's cap. Most entrepreneurs don't get to have the hands-off experience until 10 years in the game. And you have people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. You have Robert Fisher Smith. You have Stuart Thomas. You have all these great entrepreneurs who work still to this day with billions of dollars, 60 hours to 80 hours a week. You guys are in love with the lifestyle of the thoughts of what it may look like if you become an entrepreneur. And that's not very much true. It's false. It's false. Entrepreneurs do not make their own hours. Their customers make their hours. Your customer is your boss. You work more hours as an entrepreneur and make probably less money than somebody who has a extremely high paying job that work 40 hours a week. And this is what I try to get into people's heads when they talk about, I want to be an entrepreneur, not understanding. When I built my first business, I didn't make money the first 3 months of me running my business. And I quit my job. Luckily, I had zero bills. So it didn't affect me the way it would if you have a family, you have kids, you have bills, you have responsibilities. You can't quit your job and be like, yo, I believe in my business, so this business is going to take off. It's not going to take off, fam. And even if it does, it's going to tailspin down because you don't know what made your business successful. You just know you made money. How? Businesses are ran on systems. If you have zero systems but you make money, you're going to lose money trying to figure out what your systems are, rather than someone who made money gradually or went from zero and then 5 months later was making $20,000 a month. It's because they figured out these data points. They figure out empirical evidence to know, hey, this is what's going to prosper me. I need to do more of it. I need to put more money into this. And the belief, which is number 3, that you can't work a job and do your business is cap. It's cap. There's very few people that can do cold turkey, no job, and make it shake. Very few people. I've got lucky and be one of them. But out of all the people that I've met, they've worked a job until their job was making way less money than their business. And they were saying this, I need my business to make 3 times in income. Not my business makes $300,000 and I make $1,000 a year at my job. No, I make $300,000 profit in my account to me a year, and my job makes $100,000 a year. There's a keen difference. Your profit is what you are being judged on. When you go to work and you get $10,000 a month, that is your profit. Outside of taxes, SSI, and so forth. That's your profit. When you work at a business and you make $300,000 and you pay yourself $100,000, that is your profit, the $100,000. Yes, you can pay yourself $300,000 if you want to. You still got overhead, you still got marketing, you still have to build your business, you still have to put yourself in a position to be competitive in the marketplace each and every year. That's why people always say, if you make $100,000 in your business, 60 to 50% of that money must go back into the business. Then you spend another 20 on your talent, and then you're left 20-30% of your talent, and then you're left with maybe 20% for yourself. The game of business and the game of entrepreneurship is understanding your leverage. And if you don't understand who your boss is, you don't understand that you need to be working more hours than you did when you had a business, before you had the business. And 3, you get rid of the belief that you have all this free time, which you don't. You're going to win. And first and foremost, I believe everybody should work their job until it becomes expensive to work your job and have your business running. Working your job, if it's costing you more money working your job than working your business, you should stop doing it. But you need to have enough data sets to know what it looks like when my business is at a high, what it looks like when my business is at a low. Can I function if I have 3 months of a low business, 2 quarters of a low business, a year of my business being at the low? And if you can handle that, and you can handle everything that comes encompassing your life from bills, fun, if anything comes up, if you can do that, you will win. But no one's telling you guys, don't just jump off the cliff and go into entrepreneurship. Keep that good job, fam. You leave the job. I would say don't leave the job. If you so hot and you the one, you can do the job and run the business and get bags. You will run through any entrepreneur who has their whole focus and mind is on their business, because they have no safety net. They're in the water naked with and blood dripping on them. They cannot, they're shark, they're food. Because one mistake will have you off. You're done. You got a whole parachute on. You have a swimsuit. You have every guard ready. You got shingles on you. It's nothing gonna happen to you, fam. The greatest thing any entrepreneur can do is be able to mitigate risk and be able to predict their downfall and have people in place so that doesn't happen. But number 4, and the last one, I think is very much important. It's imperative that you stick on. It's imperative that you even be acknowledging. I said 1, understand your boss is your customers. 2, that you do not have free time as much as you think you did. I don't care what you thought, you believe, you do not have free time to do whatever you want to do. 3, do not quit your job. Do not quit your job. Do not quit your job. Go on entrepreneurship. Have something in the cut. If you're not making 3 times in profit that goes in your pocket than what you're making at your job, do not quit. And you better have at least a year of knowing what your business looks like, and it's high and it's low. And 4, get a mentor. Get a mentor. It doesn't mean you have to pay $10,000 for a mentor. Not saying you need to be up someone's ass trying to get a mentor. What I'm going at is very important to have someone who's been there and done that. I don't care if it's on YouTube, books, podcasts, groups of entrepreneurs. You need a mentor to give you a baseline of understanding of, hey, you may not want to do that, Shaq. It may be better to go here. I myself, on mentors, I flew into states to meet my mentor and be like, what do you need of me? And use me as much as you need me to use me. No pun intended. And I paid $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. I'm about to pay $25,000 for a mentor. But every time I spent money on a mentor, I have damn near 100x what I spent. Not even damn near, I for surely did. I did 300x my last time I invested in. So you have to be aware of your placement in your zone and knowing when it comes to entrepreneurship, this is not child's play. This is not for the weak-hearted. This is not for anyone who is unsure of themselves, because entrepreneurship is going to test you every second of the way. Oh, you're not good at this? Are you going to learn, or are you going to pay somebody? Oh, you don't want to spend money? You don't have money? How are you going to be creative to put yourself in places you need to be successful? Without money, do you have intellectual property? You have intellectual property, but you don't have any money. How can you build partnerships where it makes sense for everybody on each accord? Entrepreneurship is a great avenue to get rich, but it does not happen overnight. And people say you can get rich quick and you can lose it all faster. I've made money and been rich in a year and lost it in 2 months. It took me a year to get it and it took me 2 months to lose it, because I was not who I'm supposed to be when I got the money. I didn't have the intellectual powers of understanding, Shaq, you may want to put your money here. Shaq, you may want to reinvest your money. I was like, I'm making 300 bands, 400 bands. It's all my money. No, you need overhead. You forgot about taxes. You forgot about you need to invest in marketing. You need to get talent. Most entrepreneurs who are successful double down on their business. The biggest person you can remember, Elon Musk. Sold PayPal, put all that $100 million into 3 companies. Those 3 companies are now worth billions. He took 30 million, turned into 300 billion. But everybody's not willing to risk that. So when I say it is, be and understand how adverse to risk you are, and be understanding to the 4 facts: your boss or the customers. At least have 3 times what you make in your W-2 over the last 12 months stocked and ready, plus have 6 months of savings. 3, that you get a mentor. And 4, you understand who you are. And you know what you're willing to do to get there. Because entrepreneurship will test you. I'm only saying this because I've seen so many people quit their jobs and be stuck homeless, lose families, lose their wife, their husband because they thought they was going to make it and make it shake. It's not as easy as TikTok says, Instagram makes it to be. This is for hard work. If you're not going to work hard, keep that job, keep getting that bag and working that 40 hours. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. And I know people who make more money than entrepreneurs. Way more money than entrepreneurs. For people that have 9 to 5s that want to experience what entrepreneurship is, buy rentals, buy stocks. That's all you need to do. Buy rentals, buy stocks. If you want to be more froggy, go buy a business that's already running and is profitable and be an investor into the business and have an operator. And I'll go more into that in the newsletter, but understand there's strategies for every person in their position. And I just want y'all to win, and I hate seeing people lose. Love, life, man. I hope you guys enjoy episode number 2 of No Secrecies Agreement with your boy, Shaq. Have a blessed one. Much love.